I don't want to take credit for everything because it really is a lot of people behind the curtains, and people helping with YouTube, for example, people helping with the marketing and just all of it. And we've branched outside of the crypto space pretty successfully, and that's a lot what I want to talk about today, because I still think that's one of our biggest differentiators of how we're going to take on the world and teach everyone about crypto.
That's pretty much what I was saying earlier on. Like, you've literally brought external people into your token. Like, you are marketing externally to, like, in other ways, not only in the digital space, but you're also focused in marketing in so many different ways. So I'm sorry to cut you off right now, Jacob, but we are going to do a little recap. I already know Cure Token very well. I have invested since the very first AMA we had, still holding my bag. I don't think I'm going to sell anytime soon. So you guys have a very, very loyal holder here, which is myself. But a lot of the people here come here and see Cure Token for the first time. So Jacob, a little introduction about you again, a little introduction about Cure Token, and then we'll talk about your plans. Thank you.
Yeah, sounds good. So obviously my name is Jacob Beckley. I am a senior vice president of technology and product and innovation in Chicago for a very large marketing innovation agency. And I've been working in this space for a long time. Probably almost all of my career. I'm not going to date myself, but prior to the internet is when I started working in technology. And I built Cure Token. Coming out of the pandemic, I have a foundation, a real legitimate foundation that I founded in 2016, which is focused on pediatric cancer research and awareness. And sitting in the pandemic, I realized pretty quickly that, fundraising had stopped. We weren't allowed to have any in-person events, which that's the bloodline of any foundation. You need to have, in-person, like, sort of cocktail parties, events, silent auction items, and raffles, and all these things to come together. And that's how you make money that you can do good with. And once that stopped, I put my innovation hat on and thought, what, we really need a pivot. And I think we need a pivot in a space that I'm passionate about, which is technology and crypto. And that's what was kind of the inception or the spark for Cure Token. And initially it was very simple concept. Just have a small tax that would go towards the foundation and build some sort of environment where investors can feel like they can make money. Because inevitably, that's why everybody comes into crypto. And what has evolved in the past 50 days has just been absolutely remarkable. And now we've pivoted so much from that original concept into some really, really big ideas and some things that are going to, what I believe, change the world. It's some really big ideas.
I do think your project was born to be successful, honestly. It is one of these startups, let's call it, that come along with such a solid base that you've got to be a little silly not to understand that the future is bright ahead. The very first day that you came here, Jacob, and had an AMA with us and talked about Cure, you literally showed yourself to be so professional and so secure about the things you were talking about that you literally convinced me that not investing in your token that day was going to be a mistake. And straight up, we closed the AMA, jumped in there, opened Pcoin, copied your contract, and boom, and I bought my bag, and I don't regret it. And I think people buying today are going to feel the same way I felt that day after talking to you. Guys, this is probably, I'd say, top 5 projects that we've had here. I don't want to say top 1, top 2, but probably in the top 5 of over 100 projects that we have vetted and brought into AMA Central. So I want to personally say that for me, Cure Token is literally top 5 easily, guys. Please do your own research. In the meantime that we talk, jump in the links, take a look at the website. One of the best and most detailed websites I've seen in a token. You literally have everything there. news articles, the life of Jacob, his professional background. You can see the token, what they are doing, the charities they are doing, the R&D that they are actually doing too. Is crazy. Now, Jacob, if you could please just summarize, because I know Cure Token literally involves and includes so many things, but if you could summarize Cure Token's utility in, let's say, 5 to 6 sentences, not to make it too long, that'd be amazing so that we can start up and build up on that today.
Sure. So the current utility is supporting childhood cancer research and awareness. And it's we have tokenomics, but 3% of the tokenomics goes to research. Since the inception, we've been able to raise over $300,000 in about 35 days, something like that. So pretty remarkable numbers. And we've been able to support a lot of things with that. We've supported direct research at Rush University, Chicago. We've done other grants for other nonprofit organizations that are focused on research. One of them being, I actually just got a letter today from one of them thanking us for their contribution. But we're finding and identifying some really remarkable research in genomics, in protein therapies, all types of different chemotherapies, and then as well we have a sector that focuses on families and supporting families. And we've made some grants to some pretty remarkable families that are absolutely in need. And this project in this place where you can make money is also a place where you can do good inevitably. So it's just great to see how everything's come full circle.
Magic. Okay, Jacob, I think, it is just as easy as finding and finally finding a project that is trying to make the world a better place, that is trying to help people in need. And, the word charity is so vague nowadays that's why I don't like to call Cure Token a charity token. And when I had to describe it earlier on in just a sentence, I wanted to use the word R&D before using the charity word, because I think Cure Token here, guys, is bringing so much development as well in the, behind the scenes. You see, it is lovely. It gives me the shivers when I see Jacob go in there and giving, let's say, unlimited, let's say, check to a kid to go on holidays, that have a kid that has never been on holidays before. It gives me the shivers. But it is for me a lot more important to talk about the changes you want to do in the medical industry and in medicine in general. So can we talk a little about that, Jacob? The
Sure.
R&D that you guys are doing, how do you expect to also use NFTs in the medical in the different medical departments? And so tell us a little about that.
Sure. So there's two utilities which we're currently evaluating, and we've gone past the concept phase and now into R&D, proof of concept. And one of which is we're trying to define cure as the vehicle or the currency for healthcare. We've learned, I don't think it's a surprise, but all throughout the world, healthcare is different, and healthcare needs to be affordable and accessible and equal. Even here in Chicago, for example, you could go to one hospital, and 2 blocks away there's another hospital, and the level of care is completely different. And it's based on your economics, it's based on your race, it's based on your geography, and that's a simple example. When you spread that throughout the world, there's a much bigger issue at hand. And we believe that we're going to find a way to decentralize the healthcare system. DeFi, decentralizing finance. People were scared of it initially, and it was something that scared banks, scared financial institutions. And now they're all adopting crypto. And that's because it came from the bottom up, and they had to. The people spoke, the community spoke. And the healthcare system is the same way. I really believe that we can make a massive impact in the healthcare to make it accessible, affordable, and equal. And by focusing in crypto, focusing in the blockchain, and working our way up. And it's going to be the same thing in 1-2 years, maybe longer. We will disrupt the healthcare industry. And right now, it's an industry that needs disruption. You look at the big pharmas that are running their agendas of not wanting to create cures. They just want to create treatments, and they just want to prolong their income streams. And health insurance providers, healthcare providers, and there's some really good people out there who want to do good, but they can't because of the system that they're within. So I think that that's one utility. The more practical utility, I mean, that's a very lofty goal, but the more practical utility is, as I was sitting during the pandemic, I analyzed a couple things. And I told you, I work in innovation, so my brain's always working and go nuts. And I thought, why is it that we can come out with a vaccine in 3 months and have it mainstream in distribution in another 3 months? I'm like, well, how does that work? What's that mechanism look like? That we can do that with a vaccine, we can do that with this world crisis pandemic, but we can't do it with something as simple as diabetes or cancer or any of these other types of diseases, that are just as viral, just as the same level of I guess, catastrophic nature to them. So what I realized is that when the pandemic hit, researchers stopped working in pockets all over the world, and they started working together, and they started to collaborate, and they started to have a same mission, same goal, and it was a race. They weren't competing against each other. They were competing against time, and they were competing against catastrophic disease. The pandemics, coronavirus, catastrophic. Look how many people die of other diseases, heart disease, cancers, diabetes, alcoholism, all these other things that exist. And why can't we make a dent in that? And what I realized is that, by having researchers work together, stop working in pockets, and then arming them with data, the same data and massive amounts of data. And then as well, incentivizing them. I think that is the secret sauce of what made this work really fast, is that people shifted their priorities and they started to work together. So what we want to build is an NFT, dynamic NFT based blockchain, entirely of its own, outside of BSC, outside of Ethereum. It's going to be entirely its own blockchain. And coined right now, it's called Cure Chain. But the idea here is that when people think of NFTs, they usually think of a logo or a video or a graphic, something that spins or something like that has residual money coming out of it. So every time you sell it, the author, the owner of it, gets some sort of residual income. All right, when you tie that, take away from the creative aspect and now tie it to data. Data has the same value, and NFTs, the power of an NFT is the data. So the idea here, and I'm going to tell you a quick story real quick. And I want to be cautious of time. Sorry about that. But I will tell you a quick story real quick. And this is where a lot of the ideas come from. It's just different stories that I hear throughout my life. And there's this woman, Henrietta Lacks, who was an African-American woman. And she died of ovarian cancer in the 60s. Her cells are the cells that are used for all cancer research in the world. And there's a company that multiplies her cells and then distributes them so that there's a baseline control for every test that takes place. You start with the exact same cell base. Long story short, her family found out that her cells were being sold after she died. And as a result of that, they sued the company. Now they're getting residual income for the rest of their lives. And you store that away in your head. And then when you look at the power of NFT and you look at the power of the blockchain, you start to quickly realize that you can replicate that scenario with data. So this network is going to be a network in which anyone, you or I, can opt in our personal health information anonymously and agnostically off of the, on the blockchain, but outside of us from an identifiable perspective. And this could be for rare disease, it could be for cancer, it could be for any sort of catastrophic disease. Researchers don't have access to a lot of data. A lot of times they have to make their own data. They have to pay for data. They have to hold focus groups and study groups and all these things, medical studies, in order to get data. If people opted in their data, those people who opted in data could get residuals for the rest of their life and continuous. That could be an inheritable, NFT could be an inheritable asset, could be willed down. The keys, the private keys could be willed down so that that data, every time it's accessed and utilized for the purpose of research or science and paid for, you could earn a revenue stream from that. And what this is also doing is just opening up that community to a massive amount of data. And besides that, I mean, look at it like this. What I feel is that, people are de-incentivized to find cures. There needs to be incentive to find a cure. And there needs to be data. to define that. So what we want to build is the highway for research and science to be enabled, and it's up to them to figure out how to do it, how to cure things. But one of the other pieces of this is, once this gets built, which it's already in development, but once this actually comes into proof of concept and it comes to life, I think that the big part of this is going to be incentivizing through bounties. Starting to throw out large amounts of money out there and say this is a goal for researchers to work around for either financial gain or grants or any sort of financial mechanism to incentivize them to want to focus on some areas. And so I think the cure chain in general is going to be a pretty revolutionary concept. It's going to flip things on its head. There's a lot of conversation around GDPR, CCPA, data privacy in general. But the blockchain provides the mechanism to enable data exchange while remaining anonymous. And I think that's, tying that into healthcare, into research and data and science, all of it together, I think is the next wave of the future. I really do. And I think Cure, started as a project focused on charity and helping others. And I think it's going to be the enabler for changing the world, both in decentralizing healthcare and as well creating progress in research and science. I think we're at the right point where it's needed. And I think we have the right tools and the right pieces in place to make this happen.
That was super well explained, Jacob, as well as, I have been involved in Cure externally for a while, as in I have been seeing everything you guys have been doing. So I don't have a lot to really say. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to focus on trying to get people to really understand the concept. Making things simple, guys. Cure Token comes to the market and presents itself as a charity token at first. What happens here is that Jacob, as a businessman as well as a super intelligent person that I consider that he is, he says, this is working well. People are trusting us. People are trusting the process. Why not take this to the next level? Why not starting to develop the technology that we have in order to help the world to be a better place? And that's what Jacob is doing right now. Him and his team, of course, the team's getting bigger every single day, I think. He's working alongside his team to bring new technologies into the medicine, into the world of medicine, in order to make it better, more sustainable, and of course, maybe even more affordable for everyone in countries like the United States, where 99% of decent healthcare is private. As in, you have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to get a few chemo. Like when you are like ill of cancer and stuff, nobody pays for that. We have different environments in Europe where, yes, we do have public healthcare, but we also pay like 45% of taxes a year from what we earn. So, it's like you draw the line and it's very similar. So that's great. I mean, Jacob, you're bringing something that I personally love. I love the way that you are drawing the whole, the whole project and the whole idea, and the way you're putting that drawing right now into practice. There are a lot of things I wanted to talk about today. In regards to marketing, you are killing it. You're bringing the best of the best, which is what Cure Token deserves. So it coded as well. You said it's almost complete. Do you have a deadline for that one, for the Certic?
Yeah, it's actually already been approved, but we have not approved it. So they came back to us, gave us their findings. We addressed their findings and wrote back, and they gave us the final document and score. And now it's up to us to release it. So we're close. We wanted to change a couple points that they came back with so that we get a better score, which are solvable things, such as the main issue that they have, and they have this with all projects, is that right now I hold the keys to the project, and we need to decentralize that. So we're implementing multi-signature wallets in order to disperse that risk, mitigate that risk. And that's going to in turn increase our score. And once that happens, we will get it finally approved, and we will release the CERTIC audit. So it's right now probably day away, probably very, very close to being released.
Wonderful. That's great. Aside from that, guys, you can read it yourselves. What's coming is crazy for Cure. BSc News podcast, BSc news article on Saturday, 2 exchange listings coming soon. He was saying, as well as KuCoin and Gate.io, which are huge. Bitmart, they're going to do their own staking as well. This is huge. Like, I would say, like, overall, is one of the most complete projects that we've seen. You got everything you're looking for token and DeFi, which is great. I wanted to cover a little bit about the development in R&D that you've done, and I want to just round up this whole talking by talking about the last charities you've done too, which I think is always so nice to talk about. Tell us a little about that, Jacob. Just
yeah, we've done a lot of charity drops. I mean, at this point, and you can find all these on the website. But we've done a lot of grants, micro grants to families, and that's so important. When a family, I guess gets the diagnosis that their child has cancer, their whole lives change. Not just the kids, not just the family, but the community around them. The external family. It drastically changes here in the U.S. and among other places, but here in the U.S., it can be very expensive. There's a family that we did a charity drop for, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, and his name is Alex, and this is a really, really sad case. He has terminal cancer, which means it's a glioblastoma, it's brain cancer. He had surgery, but doctors weren't able to really get rid of everything, and now he has a matter of time. The saddest part of all of that is that his family is spending $40,000 to $50,000 US dollars every single month out of pocket. And it's there's insurance, of course, and there's deductibles and all those other things, but they're paying a lot out of pocket. And I was sitting with the family and the boy, and the boy, it hasn't really sunk in, that he's terminal, and he was telling me, oh, when I get older, I want to go to France and I want to speak French. He's learning French. And I just, it just hurts so much to know that his dreams are going to be cut short and he can't do a damn thing about it. He can't do anything about it. And, so it hit me really hard. And that was one of the hardest charity drops that I've done recently. Because usually these are joyous occasions. Usually they're everyone, the family's excited, the child is excited, but this one just hit me differently, and emotionally it hit me. But we Cure Community is making a grant to that family for the next 3 months till the end of the year. So this is October, November, and December, to pay a significant amount of their bills, to be able to, so that they don't have to worry about money coming in, that they can actually start worrying about the time that they need to spend with Alex and cherish the last time that they had with them. That's at the end of the day why Cure was developed, is to make it easier on families to I guess carry this burden and not carry it alone, but then as well spend time with the loved ones that they have. That the other example with Luca. I mean, you mentioned it before. He had never taken a vacation in his life. He was sick his entire life. That family's whole life revolved around Luca and him being sick and taking him to treatments and getting him care. And I mean, the joy on his face when he heard he was going to Disney World was worth every single penny that the community contributed. I mean, it was just great to see that now they're going to have great memories together to share with, as a family. And I just think that means so much. And at the end of the day, I always say, people are here to make money. And I don't want to come in and say, stop thinking about making money and now let's start thinking about doing charity. That's not what this is. This is a project that I am doing everything I can to enable people to make money, because that's why people come in. But at the same time, I'm doing everything I can to support families and support research and turn this into a long-standing project. And I think we're really doing a remarkable job of that, creating that environment where people can earn, and make money. But at the end of the day, they go to bed at night knowing, you know what, this is actually great. I actually helped contribute, even if it was a little amount.
We lost him. There you are, Jacob. Oh, we lost you for a bit, mate. I guess, can you join back on video, mate? There you are. I can't hear you though. Can't hear you well. I can't hear anything. No, yeah, no, it's good. Yeah.
Perfect. How long did you lose me?
Like a few seconds.
I just ended with that saying, you know, it's remarkable that people can invest and that they have a good, you know, foundation, and you know, they can make a lot of money, but at the same time they go to bed knowing that they've done a lot of good. And I think that that's what we're trying to do here, is build something sustainable where people, you know, something sustainable that people can make money. That's, at the end of the day, that's what people want. And the side effect is that we're helping people in the end.
That's it. That's correct. Jacob, you know, I can't stress enough. I love your project. You know that. I know what you're doing to your country and probably to the world in the future. You are what makes DeFi worth it, and your project is one of those things that we'll probably look back in the future and say, wow, like lucky, like DeFi is going to stay there thanks to a project like yours. We all love moonshots. We all love these funny meme tokens, but when you get something like you're like, wow, like DeFi has so much potential. NFTs have so much potential. And people like Jacob, who are professionals of the industry, for how many years, Jacob? Like, how many years have you been working in the industry for? Like 20?
More than that, but yeah, it's been a while. So,
You know, professionals of over 20 years are seeing the potential that DeFi has to bring their ideas, their businesses, and their image, like professional image, to the world to say, I want to change the world. You know, I want to literally make the world a much better place. And that's what Jacob is here for at the end of the day. Now, don't you guys think that Cure is a simple, oh yeah, very, very strong utility token, and that's it? Jacob and his team are fully professional in regards to marketing and super, super involved into the trends of BSC, as in they know CertiK is the best for audits. They know where to market. They come to us when they really think that they want a little extra push. They have targeted the best YouTubers around. They don't mind contacting people externally for, oh, can you like recommend me a YouTuber? Can you recommend me this? They are super open. And one of the things I wanted to talk about, Jacob, is what about the community? How would you mark your community as? Do you have a kind of like a fun community to hang around? Do you guys take a lot of care of the group? Tell us a little about that.
Yeah, none of this would have been possible without the community at the end of the day. You know, I think our community is, it's different, you know, because there's a lot of memes out there. And a lot of people are just there to, you know, joke and, you know, win Lambo and all those other things. But I think that, you know, we're, as you said, we built a foundation. We're doing the right steps, necessary steps to build a really solid project. But people come in obviously to make money. But when they find out about what we're doing and they get like embedded into the community, they turn into advocates. They turn into evangelists. They turn into people who are like, you know, like even today, there was someone talking like, you know, I joined this project to you know, 10x or 100x, but I'm going to stay no matter what happens because I just believe so much in what we're doing here. And, you know, I know that where the chart is today or where we've been or where we are now is absolutely nowhere compared to where we're going. I mean, the vision of what the team now has of where we're driving this from a DeFi project to the next level is it's significant. This is going to be a game changer in this space, and it's starting here, which is the most exciting thing. Is that, you know, decentralized, you know, crypto and this whole decentralized finance and decentralized healthcare environment just doesn't even exist today. I mean, we're building something and talking about something which is going to have such a massive impact. But at the end of the day, it's all community driven. You know, we've got a massive team now of volunteers all over the place, all over the world. And this isn't just a US based project. This is a global initiative. Oh boy, I'm traveling all over the world now. And that's probably something different about a project as well, is that, you know, you never put your face out there. But I'm not only doing that, I'm going and meeting people, and I'm having real conversations in person with people about this, and trying to get significant investors to back this outside of even the crypto space. And I was just in Puerto Rico this past weekend. And coming up this week, I'm going to Miami for an expo where I'm doing a speaking engagement. I'm going to share, everything about Cure and everything about the future NFT project and all that. But again, going back to community, this is a worldwide initiative. We have ambassadors all over the world now. We have, I think we've touched every continent as far as having holders, and we have people that are going off on their own and making T-shirts and talking about Cure wherever they go. And I mean, that's super exciting to know that this simple project that started 50 days ago is now turning into a worldwide movement, legitimately a movement. And this project is getting a life of its own. And all of that is because of the community. At the end of the day, all of it is.
I think so too. And it's so fair that you are speaking so well about your community. We have to be thankful, mostly in DeFi, that I do believe from the very first days, the Binance Smart Chain has been created with communities, supporting each other, supporting good causes, and supporting good projects as a community. These startups are nothing without their investors and their active communities. It is a complete different concept. I don't know if you guys have heard of, but there are a thing called business angels, are literally people with a lot of money. You present them a project and they say, okay, we can fund your project with $5 million. Okay, there you go. And you're going to allocate them how we want to. This is a whole different way of finding funding for a very, very good cause or a very good project that can potentially change the world. And so if we stick together to make the BSC a space with tokens like Cure token, I am happy. I'm going to sleep well at night. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to see Jacob there traveling, going there, doing things about Cure. And that's the space we want to see. So again, guys, support tokens like Cure, support the cause, join him right now, join the Telegram, give him some love. Even if you're not ready to invest right now, definitely join them, take a look, and make sure that you talk to them and you understand the power of Cure, because this is literally a multi-billionaire token for the next probably 6 months to a year, and I can guarantee you that. So
yeah, it's gonna be a very big project. And you spoke about the angels, and those are the meetings that I'm having. Are with people with a significant amount of money that are interested in the concept and interested in the project and where it is today in the BSC. They want to participate in it, but they also want to build that future state and carry all of this with it. And this is like, people have shamed me for saying this, but I really do feel like right now we're sitting in the garage in Cupertino, small company, small group of people, and eventually this is going to be a massive project that is going to be up there with the top cryptos. And there's such a gap right now in the crypto community and crypto space for projects that focus on healthcare and research and science and that whole category. There's a lot of things out there that are around supply chain and a lot of others around payment processing and proof of stake and proof of ownership and authenticity, but there's really nothing that's really focused on healthcare and research. And I think that it's such a white space that we're going to naturally fill over the next 6 months, a year, maybe 2 years, that this is going to be an evolution. And this is so early in the project, so early that anyone who really gets in now is just going to have a really fun ride over the next next year here. I guarantee that it'll be a fun ride.
Makes complete sense. It is going to be a fun ride. The activity that Jacob and the team are bringing to Cure is unique. They're all over, and that's one of the things that I really like. Jacob is bringing traditional marketing to a very modern space too. So he's not only doing digital marketing, putting banners around, doing audits, doing YouTubers. He's also going and having conferences and having meetings with actual physical investors like big investors, or call them angels, in order to make the project grow. So like he's putting together all of the things that you need in order to have success. And that's one of the things I like the most about Cure. So I think we talked enough. I don't have a lot more to say. If you want to add anything, Jacob, that we didn't talk about, you can do it now.
That last point you made, I think, is a differentiator for us, in a significant way. And the reason it is because people who are finding out about Cure are outside of crypto community and outside of the BSC space. I mean, their extensive crypto knowledge is usually Bitcoin, and that's crazy. But that's the type of people that are really excited about this project, and those are the ones that we're bringing in, which are long-term holders inevitably. And it's a lot of education. It's a very difficult space to learn and absorb quickly, but we're doing our best through education channels to bring them in. And this is resonating so deep outside of the crypto community, and that's why we're able to tap into traditional marketing, such as conferences and expos. And, we're doing the usual billboards and NASCAR sponsorship and all the things that all the cryptos want to do. But we're going a lot deeper than that. We're going to medical conferences. We're going to, angel investor groups, which are outside of crypto. I mean, we're having some really thoughtful and deep conversations outside of the BSC space. And I think that's what's so exciting about the project, is that it's resonating with people. And they're saying, wow, this is a great concept. And it's a crypto. It's inside of that space, and they want to come in. They want to get involved. I mean, this is very topical right now. And I think Cure is the vehicle that's going to, not just for our project, but be the vehicle for other projects to start getting outside of the crypto space and start attracting, more people, more communities outside of crypto. So I'm really excited about it. But I think that's really our differentiator.
100% agree. Definitely different. If you asked me how to describe Cure, one of the words I'd use is different. A lot of tokens out there are copy paste, literally copy paste tokens, as in marketing wise too. Cure is bringing so much creativity into the marketing, and how to market DeFi. And Cure is one of those projects that is bringing new investors as well into DeFi. Maybe even like stock investors that invest in tangible businesses are jumping into DeFi because Cure is so interesting that you just can't say no to it. So game changer.
Speaking of that, I had a conversation just this week with, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the company, Edward Jones, but they're a very traditional investment group. So they help, whales, big wallet people, work their portfolio in stocks and bonds and mutual funds and real estate. And they kind of diversify. And they don't touch crypto at all, at all. They don't touch it. And I had a great conversation with a woman over there who's like, I can't push cryptocurrency, but I get asked all the time by these investors, what's a good crypto to get involved with? Where do I go for education? How do I get into it? And these are people who really want to invest in socially responsible investments as well. And when they hear about Cure, it's a game changer for them. These are like, oh, wow, I can actually participate in crypto and actually do some good at the same time. So now Edwards Jones, not to say the company's coming on board, but I have some reps that are going to be representing us as a crypto alternative for them. And starting, they can't sell it, but they can at least inform their clients about it and educate them on it. So it's an exciting way that you can just see, like, traditional investors are going to be seeing crypto in a different way. And creating projects, not just like this one, but projects that are thoughtful, that have social good impact in some way or another, are going to definitely make a difference in traditional investments. And I'm already starting to see it. It's already happening.
I agree 100%. I think that was a point to definitely highlight. I wanted to highlight it because I externally understand how it is working. You didn't even have to say it, but I knew it. It is clear, guys, that Cure is going to bring interest of traditional investors too, because the R&D that Cure is offering and the innovation that Cure is offering into the medical industry, which is one of the most, is going to sound bad, but the medical industry is one of the most lucrative industries in the world, as in, medicines are so expensive to afford, and
intentionally expensive.
The marginal benefit in I have acquaintances of mine that work in laboratories, and the marginal benefit of medicines is huge. Like from the production to the retail price for a cure of cancer is crazy. So I'm happy to see you, Jacob, of course, once again. We're going to get into questions now. We have a lot of people wanting to ask, raising their hands, and I'm sure you're ready to answer them. Guys, please go for it. Please raise your hand. I see Holy as always, Joshua. I see Celebrity Crypto. I see Stefano as well, Maximus. Let's go for Stefano tonight. Stefano, hello.
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 What's up?
We can hear you.
Yeah. I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Nice.
What kind of question do you have?
Mine, it's not really a question. It's I would like just to congratulate you for the project and for the charity you are doing, because I like this kind of project that have a totally or almost non-profit purpose. And if I can find some money from my little bag, I will help your cause, even if I lose the investment in the future.
Well, I appreciate that, Stefano. And I just to, I guess, reiterate or I guess ladder up from what you were saying. It's a different type of project. And we've been trying to do everything, build everything foundationally that shows that we're authentic and we're here for the right reason. And we're built around transparency and authenticity. And I think that's resonating with you, and I appreciate that. And definitely welcome into the community anytime. And you can watch all the great things we're going to be doing over the next few months. It's going to, as I said, be a pretty exciting ride. Yeah,
because so many projects now are looking just for profit, and that's not the case. I think in this world we need some people like you and your projects.
Yeah, and that's also another quick point. It's unfortunate to see projects that are built only for making money, and inevitably they get rugged. A lot of times, and I've done everything I can think of, and the team has, to try to counter that. With CERTIC audit and KYC, and then video doxing and in-person meetings. We're just trying everything we can to counter that, because it's a problem in the BSC space. I just heard of another project today that got rugged, and it's unfortunate that people, think they can trust the project, they get into it, and then inevitably something bad happens, and it gives a bad rap, a bad name to the whole space, which is so unfortunate, because I think that there's a lot of great projects out here and a lot of people that are doing it for the right reasons, and not just Cure. I know there's tons of others, and it's unfortunate because it seems like everyone always has to compete against that, and yeah, it's just unfortunate.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Good luck for the future.
Thank you.
Thank you much. Thank you very, very much. Great. Thank you for the wishes, Stefano. Yeah, definitely deserved from Jacob. We have Evangelist Crypt. Evangelist, hello there.
Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
I'm good, thank you. I'll be brief because I've got network issue here in Africa. Okay, my question as an innovative student. Okay, yeah, student in Africa doing medicine, writing a master's paper into maybe pediatric or cancer. How can he or she look forward into not only buying into the token, but offering his schoolwork into the database system of this token? Thank you very much.
Well, I definitely appreciate that question. And there's a couple ways I want to talk about this real quick. One is simple way. So if you're doing something very innovative or something very progressive, we do have a grant application on our website that you can apply for. That we can support, financially support the project. So we're looking for really innovative and breakthrough concepts. Not only in pediatric cancer today we are, but in the future it's going to be catastrophic disease, and it's going to grow from there, outside of just childhood into adulthood. So this is going to become a platform that's going to support research even greater. The second thing is, as far as getting involved with the blockchain portion, we need a lot of help, and we need help from researchers. We need researchers that want to participate in it, because inevitably this product is going to be the people's data, and researchers are going to be the purchasers of it, or they're going to be the users of that. And the important thing is that we form tight bonds with researchers all throughout the world. So Evangelist Crypto, you definitely reach out to me, DM me, and let's start communicating, and we can collaborate and innovate on how we tap into more research communities and how we get researchers to want to participate in this mechanism that we're building.
Our answer. Is that okay, Evangelist? Does that answer your question? Probably yes. I think it was just shocked and fell off the chair or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Thank you, Evangelist. Anyways, thank you for your question. Guys, if you have questions, please keep clicking. I see you sometimes saying, Benson, you never choose me for a question. I don't see you. You need to keep clicking on it. Don't just click once, Keep clicking on that button. Okay, I see Matt Habersky. Matt, hello.
Hello, Benson and Jacob. First of all, like I've done about at least twice before on an AMA on this channel, I became a small holder during this AMA. But my question relates to regulatory issues. First of all, your charitable mission is unbelievably admirable. But your Change the World mission, I'm really excited about. Decentralized medicine, DMed. Can I don't know. We can workshop it.
DMed, DHIs.
But I would love to see that come to fruition. But
yeah,
there's going to be roadblocks. And what kind of ammunition do you have to knock those down? Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for that question, Matt. This is a concept that we're going to meet extreme roadblocks on, from private sector, from healthcare, from government, from pharmaceuticals. I mean, this is going to get hit really, really hard. I think if you were to rewind in time, call it 10 years ago, and when we, as a community, wanted to take back the finance, we wanted to take back financial freedom, financial power. We were tired and sick of earning small interest on money that was already ours, and then that interest was being used on bank fees and transaction fees. And that's the whole reason DeFi exists, is people are like, this is flawed. We want the ability to control, make our own decisions, get our own rewards. This new movement is the exact same thing. That hit a lot of barriers along the way, and now it's mainstream. Now every single bank is talking about crypto. Every single bank is adopting it. They're building it into their systems and their infrastructure. They're adopting blockchain. It's happened. And this has been a movement that's been going on for years. This movement that I'm proposing in the healthcare industry is going to go through the same battles. We're going to face the same issues. But I think the fact that the financial institution has already been through it, I think we're going to get through it a lot faster. I think people have more of a willingness to listen to it, more of a willingness to participate in it. And, inevitably, we're going to meet a lot of resistance. But I think the regulations is kind of what we want to go heads up against. We want to do this from a community ground up. And I think that's how we're going to have the biggest impact, is through voices and through community and through people saying they've had enough, enough. They just want change. And that change is going to happen from crypto. It absolutely is. It's going to happen from the people who did it in finance. It's going to happen from the people that want to remain anonymous, who want to control their data, who want to just have their freedoms back. And I think this is the exact same thing. So yes, we're going to hit a lot of resistance. As far as breaking down those barriers, I won't simply say we'll just do what we did in finance. It's going to take a lot of work. I'm putting myself out there. I'm going to be going to healthcare conferences, be in healthcare journals. I mean, this is something that's going to have a loud voice, and it won't just be me, but I'm going to start that, and it's going to get continued on by advocates and by the community, and it's already being very, very well received. I did a podcast last week that hasn't been released yet, but a podcast with an oncology network, which is a global network of researchers as well as families and anything in oncology cancer sector. And it was a great podcast, but I could sense and tell that the interviewer was completely taken aback by this concept of where we want to go and where we want to take things, and as well felt by the end of it extremely passionate and optimistic about this being the change that is needed in that industry. And that's just a simple example of change in the healthcare industry. But this is something we're gonna do. We're gonna accomplish, but it's gonna come down to the community, and it's gonna come down to a lot of hard work and a lot of deflection of legal issues, lawsuits, privacy issues, and I think that's why this is so well suited in the blockchain space, and just the network that we're in right now. It's the perfect environment to make this happen.
Thank you very much for that answer. I'm glad to be part of your community, and I will, be on board for the whole long haul like Benson is. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matt. Yeah, appreciate
it, Matt. Thank you so much. Definitely. You're not gonna go wrong on this one. As I said before, I like to influence you guys as well as Travis in projects that we personally vet, that we personally do a lot of research on. And now more than ever that we have such a bullish market, we're trying to literally do less promotions, but a lot better quality. And you're seeing it yourself. We called on a scam the other day. Literally all Twitter influencers posted about that token, but us. We were offered over 8 BNB for one promo.
Oh,
which is
don't
a
get me
lot of money,
started on that, Benson. Yeah, do
Hey,
not let me.
How is it going?
What's good, guys? Hi, Jacob. Yeah, well, as Benson's saying, so yeah, it was yesterday or the day before. I got this DM from these guys. It looked okay at the start. I accepted the payment, obviously, before I post anything. I vet it all, and I've got a lot more knowledgeable on that as of lately. I was just doing my vetting, and he was pressing me to post, which instantly was a red flag to me. He said he'd done a KYC with BSC daily, so I said I'm not posting until I've checked this KYC out. And he was just pressing me to post. And I'm like, why are you pressing me? I'm experienced enough to know that's a bad sign. And I said, you know what, mate, I'm just refunding you, and if I find out this is a scam, I'm going to post it. I did a bit more digging, and I found that they were using someone else's illustrations for their NFTs, stolen artwork, and then I found a few other red flags. So I'm not going to go too deep into it on your AMA. I posted that it was a scam. There was I'd say 3 of the top 5 Twitter influencers posted it. It took me 5 minutes to find out that it was a scam, and they rugged $70 million.
Wow.
And I warned people beforehand, literally a day and a half beforehand, that it was going to be a rug. And 70 million, crazy. But yeah,
that's insane. That's insane.
Just a quick word on Cure Token, guys. Obviously, I'm always extremely busy. Benson does the AMAs for me. He's a great host, wonderful guy, great member of the team. Pleasure to have Jacob on too. I've obviously done my research into Cure Token, or they wouldn't be here. And obviously, we hosted them at 2 mil. Amazing project, really hard work. I've had a look into, probably been spoken about already, but I've had a look into their marketing. There's exchange listings coming up. They've got billboards going all over the place. They've got such a good marketing plan coming into place. Miami, and they have so many different things. There's a if you join their Telegram, using the link I provided in the Safu call group, you can see the whole list of the marketing they have upcoming, which is huge. You might think 32 mil is a huge market cap, but I mean, you see tokens like this, 32 mil. The price range can be extended, I think, dramatically still, considering that in the crypto space, you have so many people that say they're going to do charitable actions and they just never do it. Whereas this is a combination of charity, goodwill, and utility. So people do make a lot of money from it as well. So it's just a really, really likable project. I wouldn't be surprised if this one hits the $200-400 million plus market caps, which is obviously another good few X from here, especially with the marketing capability that has been specified. So yeah, I obviously put that in the post too. I know it's a lot. Quite a few of you guys have bought in during the AMA, which is lovely to see. It's a great project. Obviously, I do think it's going to be profitable. I usually put a little review on everything that I post. Hence why I don't get to talk that much. I get about 400 token requests a day, and I've told to Benson, the whole team, that I'm posting a maximum of 10 and maybe 12 maximum, depending on the quality of the project, showing that everything that I am posting, I am vetting. I can't guarantee that I'm going to get it right every time because it is crypto. There are some bastards, to say the least. Sorry to put that on the thing, but they can get you sometimes. But recently posted 2 recent ones, done extremely well in the pre-sales. I'm very careful with the pre-sales. I'm vetting absolutely everything to try and keep you guys safe. You have my word on that. I'm spending so long doing that at the moment. And yeah, as my analysis on Cure Token, guys, I think it's absolutely incredible. I really love what Jacob's doing and what the team over there are doing. The marketing is tremendous. The transparency is amazing. And I think that, this is still going to be, even though it's a high market cap, still going to be quite profitable for everyone getting in at this point. And I'll announce a $1,000 giveaway winner too, just from someone that's chilling listening to this AMA. I'll post it in that chat afterwards. Obviously, I'm still working really hard, so I'm just gonna have this on in the background. And appreciate you all being here. Make sure you do listen to Jacob and Benson. I know it's towards the latter, but absolutely amazing Cure Token. Love it.
Thank you.
Thank you for jumping on. And fully agree. What I was just saying is that right now, more than ever, with the bullish market that we have, so many people are jumping on the wave and trying to take advantage of it. What I say is, it might get scary to invest in a 30 million market cap project because you say, wow, it's already 30 million. But with the development that Jacob is putting into it and the team, and with the basis and the fundamentals of Cure Token, for this project to jump into $300 million and even further than that is easy, guys. Jacob is going to literally target most of the biggest exchanges in the DeFi world. He's literally going to target them all, and I can literally vouch for him right now. I trust Jacob's professionalism and word 200%. I can guarantee you that, guys. So I don't want to make it any longer. I just want to motivate you guys and push you to join his group right now. Join them, have a chat, get to know about Cure. Of course, if you feel comfortable, put a little bit of your money in there. As I always recommend, never invest more than 5% of your whole wallet at once. Make sure you do your own research and make sure that you definitely have a chat and feel comfortable with the whole ecosystem of Cure Token. With that said, Jacob, the word is yours. You're going to say whatever you want to right now as a farewell, and we'll see each other very soon, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. And again, thank you for having me back here. I think it's great. I love talking about the project. I love talking about the vision of where we're going, and we're going to get there at the end of the day. So confident about it. And now is a great time. We've been dipping a little bit, but now we've met our new resistance line, and we are going to get a new all-time high here shortly. We have so much in the works that's going to just catapult us and take us to that next level. Traditional marketing, crypto marketing, and all of that. And at the end of the day, I can't say it enough. And as I said, I was in Puerto Rico last weekend, meeting with holders, and it means so much to me to have a community behind this project that believes just as much as I do about where this is going to go. And it's only possible because of the community at the end of the day. And that's what just excites me the most out of all of this, is the people I'm meeting and the passion that they have. And they can see my passion for the project, and they didn't take on that passion. And it's just, I love it. I love it. That feeds me. That's my fuel to keep me going, is just knowing that we're going to do so much good here. People are going to make a lot of money here and already have. And at the end of the day, we're going to do a lot of good and hopefully get to the point where we can really change the world. I know it's a really lofty statement, but I really believe that we're at pace to do that, and we got the right people behind it. We got the right ideas behind it. We got the right spot within the BSC space. Everything is just perfect for all of this, and I'm super excited about it. I just can't wait to see where we're going to be in 30 days and 60 days and 90 days. It's just all really exciting.
I agree with you 100%, Jacob. I was so happy to host you again tonight. Actions speak louder than words. That is something for sure to stand by in life. So you just have to jump into their website, see how much they've done, and see how much is there yet to do. And Jacob, once
And
again,
I'm always in Telegram. So if anyone wants to have any conversations, I'm always there. Just DM me or reach out to me, at me.
I don't know how you manage. I don't know how you manage to. I think you have like a double. I'm sure you have like a twin.
No, crypto life is a 24-hour job, and I found ways to sleep a little bit, but I try to be on as much as possible.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. The workload is mental. Like you literally work 24 hours a day. That's all right. I mean, Jacob, thank you so much. It's getting late there too. It's 12 a.m. here at night. What time is it there right now?
It's 5 p.m. It's just starting to get dark.
Super dark. Yeah. Well, Jacob, thank you so much. I'm gonna go. I was gonna say take some rest, but I don't think so. I'm gonna get working in a lot of stuff that I still have to do. You do the same, Jacob. You do your bit too. Have a great one. Thank you for sharing Cure Token with us once again. Future is bright ahead of Cure Token. I have to say, guys, definitely take a look. And for those that already invested during this AMA, you guys are smart. Jacob, thank you so much. AMA Central, once again, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.
All right, take care. Thanks.
Thank you, Jacob. Have a good one. Bye-bye.